Good afternoon and welcome to the FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifiers. We are here in Wellington, New Zealand as the Tallbacks are taking on Lebanon. Lebanon, nice job there winning the tip ball as they have their first action. Letting the shot clock wind down, but they go inside to the big man, little single coverage and great body control and finish there. But look at this, you score a basket, you don't get back on defense. Nice heads-up play as no one was back and an easy make for Fotu. Oh yeah, that was an easy call there by the referee as Hadidian just pushed his defender to the ground. So an offensive foul and ball back to New Zealand. And like I said, no one back on defense and after a made basket. So a little bit disappointing. 2-3 zone here by Lebanon. And floater well off the mark. So shot clock not reset as that shot didn't hit the rim. Not sure they're aware. Yeah, they're aware. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Penetration, well, he missed the first, but he didn't miss that one, is Rangi. Khalil gives it up. Three-point shot attempt is good. And a nice start here by both teams as Lebanon, little 1-point lead. Fall back into that zone. It's kind of what you give up against the zone is Rangi with his 5th point of the game now. Khalil, nowhere to go, nice defense, stops, pops off the mark. New Zealand with an opportunity to run. They don't have numbers, and I'd say slowing down the ball, taking the foul is number 8, Khalil. So that's the second team foul. So two early fouls, 2 minutes gone, and 2 fouls for Lebanon in this game. Well, they've come out of that zone as great pass and finish. Fotu able to, not sure how, but he able to finish that layup and also earns himself a trip to the free throw line. Look at this. Great little pocket pass. Draws the contact, able to finish. And three-point play not possible as that ball rolls in and out. Lebanon come down with the rebound. Good job getting it inside, but Hadidian is not able to finish. And penetration by Rangi off the mark, but ball stays on the baseline here for New Zealand. Well, second three-point shot attempt is good by Rangi, and he has come out, already has 8 of the 12 points for New Zealand. Darwish pass off the mark, but good job, nice hustle by Gerard Hadidian, staying with it. Oh, well, kicks it out to the hot hand. That's off the back of the rim. I thought he had a wide open layup, and instead gets it back to the point guard, and nice quick action. Not great get back defense there as Gyochen hits his first three-point basket of the game. And easy penetration. No one stopped Smith Milner. Tough penetration and finish by Darwish. So, had a feeling that New Zealand was going to kind of pull away early in this game, but no, Lebanon sticking with it as Tofu, easy spin move, baseline, and finish for that man. He had 12 points the other night on 5 of 6 shooting and didn't play a whole lot of minutes. So nice production by him. A little hesitation. Off the mark, New Zealand come up with the rebound. And they tried to go inside, but that pass is picked off. And way to just attack the defense is Sergio El Darwish. So great defensive action, coming up with the steal, and then just a heads-up play attacking the basket. Not able to finish, but he's going to go to the free throw line. Well, 3-point lead for New Zealand. As, again, a little bit of zone here from Lebanon, but that leads to a 3-point basket in the corner. Got to find the shooters. That was Risbach for his first 3 of the game. High scoring game, 19-13. We have just under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. As shots off, wow, that ball was just picked from his pocket, folks. Little 3-on-2 break and an easy finish for Lebanon as they're not going away. Maybe a little bit too relaxed was the Tall Blacks. Well, if you're just scouting the game now, you know that you can't leave Ruben Teirangi open. That's his 3rd 3-pointer of this first quarter. So great game from him already early. As he has 11 points, 4 of 6 shooting. And we still have a lot of game left to play. All penetration leading to wide open baskets. And no surprise that Coach El Haj wants to call a timeout and talk about it. You see them falling back into that zone defense. Problem is they're not picking up the ball and they're just allowing easy penetration. And New Zealand shooting the ball great from 3-point range as they are 5 of 6 already. Let's take a listen into the timeout. Well, intense timeout there, as can't be too happy leaving wide open shooters play a zone. So obviously that's gonna, you're gonna give some open looks. Little elevator screen here on the other end. And block shot though, as New Zealand gets the ball back. And a foul on the floor. And you see number 5, Taylor Britt, not happy with that call, as he thought he was fouled on the other end. Sorry, Amir Saoud, excuse me, from Lebanon, picked up the foul, but he thought he was fouled on the other end, his shot attempt. And another three-point shot rolls in and out, but that was better defended by Lebanon there. Saoud gives it up. And that three-point shot looked good, but hit the back of the iron. And tough take, tough finish by Jordan Negate. Five-out action here from Lebanon. And one-on-one, shake and bake, step back three-point shot off the iron. New Zealand leading with just under 2 minutes to go, 27-15. They shot the three ball great in this game. That's going to be a kick ball. So shot clock reset to 14. Get the ball in. Go inside to the big man, Fotu. And nice defense is Lebanon now. No real numbers, but just a strong aggressive take by El Darwish, I think it was. And Lebanon in this game, they have come up with a couple steals, and those steals they have 3 steals on the game already in the first quarter. And every single time they stole the ball, something good offensively has happened. Either they've drawn a foul or they've had a nice, easy look. Unfortunately, couldn't take advantage of the first free throw, but second one coming up. And that one's good. Britt. Go inside, double team early. Oh, nice cutting and passing, but another steal, and that's gonna be an easy fast break basket. It's gonna count. And goaltending as well, but does not matter because he actually made the basket, so great job. I mentioned it, steals defense are leading to really good buckets for Lebanon as they are crawling back into this game, 27-18, just over a minute to play here in the first quarter. And nice little dump pass there to Fotu. He's fouled, not able to convert. So Rabi there, you saw, picked up his first foul. And Lebanon now committed over 5 fouls. So New Zealand will head to the free throw line. And unfortunately, Isaac Fotu goes 0 of 2. Unfortunate for New Zealand, but good news for Lebanon. And a nice pull-up jump shot by Amir Saoud. He has 4 points. And kind of a matchup, 2-3 man zone. Got to stop the penetration, which they're having a hard time doing as Taylor Britt just goes all the way in. No one came to help, no one picked him up. Tough take. Offensive rebound almost goes in, but that is the end of the first quarter. Hot shooting by the Tall Blacks, and that's the reason they have a 10-point lead, 30-20 over Lebanon. I talked about the hot shooting. Look at that, 5 of 7 from 3-point range, 71%. Lebanon shooting 40%, not that bad. But look, 88% from New Zealand. And free throws, not too great from either team, but they haven't shot too many. And, you know, you had a feeling Lebanon, they're kind of falling back into a matchup zone, I guess you could say. And before the timeout by Coach El Haj, they left quite a few people open after penetration. It was just a little bit too easy. And here, really, New Zealand, when they don't turn the ball over, it looks like they're scoring. If they get a good look at the basket, they're scoring. They do have 4 turnovers, though, which has, I guess you could say, left a little bit of breathing room for Lebanon as they're only trailing by 10 and not shooting the ball as well as New Zealand. Some highlights. And good example there how it seems like they either have a wide open 3-point shot or a layup. Well, download your Courtside 1891 app right now and follow all the scores, highlights, news about basketball from around the world, but especially all these World Cup qualifiers that are going on right now. So, New Zealand. Penetration, again, penetration leading to easy baskets. Fotu not able to make the basket, but he is going to go to the free throw line. Rabi says, I don't know what you're talking about, though. So first team foul for Lebanon in this quarter. And really, New Zealand kind of doing a little bit of whatever they want offensively. And I feel like Lebanon need to step up their intensity, dig down a little bit more, try and get stops, try and make things more difficult. Less open looks from outside. And strong take is Saud. Go inside. Oh, nice spin move, baseline, and an easy finish for Fotu. And good job staying aggressive. Offense was a little bit stagnant there, but Ali Mansour says, no problem, you guys aren't getting open for me, I'll just penetrate. And that he does. And yeah, good call by the referee. Thought he pushed him before he went, and it did look like it should have been a jump ball, but I think definitely a little bit of body contact there on the penetration. So Mansour at the free throw line. That one goes off the back of the rim. Makes a second. So now man-to-man defense. And good job, nice hustle. Oh, just isn't able to hold on to it, which leads to an open layup, but no, it's missed. Fotu there for the offensive rebound and putback. And he's had a great game. A lot of these Tall Blacks have started the game incredibly well, as Isaac Fotu, 13 points, 5 of 5 shooting, and 3 rebounds. Well, they almost came up with a steal. Ball just bounced out of the hands, and unfortunately into the hands of the Tallbacks. And good job. Almost thought a easy fast break layup was going to happen here, but Saud just kicked his leg out and at least stopped the break. Nothing easy happened. And that shot's off, but not sure if that was an actual putback or if he was just trying to pull down the rebound. Either way, he's going to be rewarded with another 2 points. And strong take, nice defense though. Ball is going to stay on this end. Shot clock winding down and able to get the shot off. It doesn't go in, but draws the foul. So we're going to have 3 free throws awarded. Look at this. I mean, that's pretty good defense. And he touched the shooter's elbow as he was shooting. So good call, easy call there by the referee. Oh, good job there by Amir Saud, who had, I talked about it. Lebanon lost to the Philippines on Friday, 107-96, but that man had a great game, 27 points, and left open another three-point shooter. So a little bit of miscommunication here, I think, defensively by Lebanon. And why not? So great job, nice little action. Can they dig down and get a couple stops in a row, as New Zealand already have 41 points, and that shot almost rolls in, but it doesn't. So New Zealand 41, Lebanon 29. High scoring game, not a lot of defense really being played, as they're gonna, I believe that's the Tall Blacks, have called a timeout, and Coach Cameron wants to talk about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now there's a few reasons to be excited about tonight, but one of those reasons is that in partnership with the
The chase is all right, but the last screeners here, we got to get that little bit of a show. The guard down there catches two, all right? They got two non-shooting bigs out there, so that's easy. We can get up there and show, make him get a catch out there. We just got to make sure his catches are tough.
Hey, if he gets a catch here close to the three and he looks like he's going to shoot it, just contest from behind. And then if he dribbles down into our help, it's good.
Yeah, run him up the line. Down the other end, I want to get the ball into Hiram. All right, let's go.
Make sure we're jamming. Make sure we're jamming.
Don't settle. Don't settle.
Well, I think you wanted to talk about that little action that we've seen Lebanon go to get Amir Saud, number 5, open and fix some things defensively, as Lebanon falling back into that 2-3 zone. Again, New Zealand shooting the ball really well, and it's kind of what you give open, as that shot was well off the mark. And ball goes out of bounds, so back to Lebanon. Mansour bringing it up for Lebanon. Finds the hot hand. And it's going to be a no call. They were trying to go inside to Hadidian. And good defensive play there by Smith Milner, sort of, as I've heard the term, you know, just pull the seat out from behind the offensive player as they're trying to post up on you. And again, penetration to wide open shots is Teirangi. And Teirangi having a great game so far. 4 of 6 from three-point range. He has 19 points. That three-point shot off the mark by Resbach. And would have been 3 if it had counted. But Lebanon come back up with a rebound, and yeah, that's going to be a travel. Some substitutions here. Full court pressure. seen a lot of zone defense by Lebanon, and New Zealand have really made them pay, as they are 7 of 13 from three-point range. So that possession, we saw them fall back in to a man-to-man, but a switch happened. And smart foul, because I think the foul is on the ground. Not a whole lot you can do when you give up so many centimeters or inches. And nice quick look, as not much Amir Saud could do there. He just fouls from behind. Harris knocks down his first. And that's his first point of the game as well. Make that 2 for 2. Full court pressure here by the Tall Blacks. And great footwork and aggressiveness there to just attack is El Darwish. Skip pass, another three-point shot. Someone needs to defend that man. I understand falling back into a defense, but you have to be aware of Ruben Terangi, as he is feeling it. 5 of 7 from three-point range, 17 points already, and we still have 4 minutes left to play in this quarter. Well, it worked the last time down, and it worked again there for El Darwish, as he just gets into the paint, and nice little finish. Not a lot of defense being played. I did talk about how we know that both these teams have already qualified for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, not sure that was the intended shooter, but it doesn't matter. And that shot's off the mark. Terangi. A ball reversal here. They go inside. And Isaac Fotu going to go to the free throw line. These will be, oh, I think the foul was called before he shot. So ball back on the baseline for the Tall Blacks. Oh, great little look is off the mark. Taylor Britt, they go inside, and good job, nice feet find there in the transition, finding the mismatch. That's 2 points, so 10-point lead. And again, penetration, just no one able to step up and stop the penetration, as New Zealand are just really doing whatever they want offensively. They're shooting 50% from three-point range and 84% from two-point range. And just a little bit too easy. They didn't slow down the ball, and they didn't get back on defense. And I'm not surprised that we're going to have a timeout here by Coach El Haj. And he can't be too happy, I think, with his team's defensive effort. Here, got to play both ends of the court. Let's take a quick listen into the timeout.
All is good. Line. Stage. You can get it now. Hike. Amir. Bobo. Ali. Iverson. Pass it for hike. Back screen and two-man game. بس هايك يعمل pop or short roll. This guy flash here. ما بدي اشوف حدا ورا هايك. Okay. Flash. Let him pop. He can shoot or short roll and we punish them. Okay. Be patient. Let's go.
Guys, when they switch Amir, go everybody on the baseline. Let him to play. 1, 2, 3. Amir, when they switch, set them all under basket. Play 1-1.
Well, you know what they need to do offensively, but I really think if they want to give themselves a chance of winning this game, they got to step up and start putting a little bit more effort into their defense. As New Zealand right now are really scoring every which way and however they want. Oh, great move, way to slice down. The key is Amir Saud, who really offensively is keeping his team in the game here. He has 14 points, 5 of 8 from the field. And here they go inside. And they got lucky there. You know, it's a lot to ask because Isaac Fotu, number 42, that man right there with the ball, strong take off the mark, does have such a height advantage. Tough shot. I don't know how he made that, but what great body control and awareness. I think he was trying to draw the foul. Well, he didn't get the foul, but he definitely got the 2 points. Look at this play. I mean, pretty great defense as well. Not much you can really do there, but sometimes you can play great defense and there's even better offense. Well, Mark Quarry, number 3 from Lebanon, just a little bit too aggressive there defensively as he fouled Ruben Terangi. And they are in the bonus, and that's why they're going to the free throw line as he makes his 2 free throws. Now Lebanon taking their time, trying to get into their offense. And that's a 4-point play. Great job there by Amir Saud. Little step back or side step, 3-point shot. Look at this. And good call, easy call there, I think, by the referee. You got to let the shooter come down where they took off from. And it's almost a dangerous play a little bit if you don't let them shoot. He definitely wasn't shooting forward. He was shooting backwards. Unfortunately, he cannot convert the 3-point play. Now we have a little bit of full court pressure, and they don't come up with the steal, and they do foul, unfortunately. So that's going to put New Zealand back on the free throw line. Darwish, you see here, was a lot of ball. Maybe because he came from behind. So 2 more free throws for the Tall Blacks. Well, they cut it down to single digits, but it's back up to 10 now. As, oh goodness me. That was gonna be a poster dunk, had it gone in. Look at this. Great elevation, and not able to make the basket is El Darwish, but he is gonna go to the free throw line. So we can talk about a few standout players here for Lebanon in this first half. Obviously, number 5, Amir Saoud, has been shooting the ball great. But that man right there, Sergio El Darwish, really, when he goes hard and aggressive to the basket, doesn't seem like any of these tall blacks can step up and stop him. Well, he makes 2 for 2, so slowly chipping into that lead. There's 40 seconds, so they need to get a nice defensive play here, and they should have. And that's not what you need, because you know your team is already in bonus. Why would you foul and put New Zealand to the free throw line really for no reason? You get a stop, and then you'll have another opportunity to score. As Smith-Milner makes his first free throw. And the second. And three-point shot, it looked good off the front of the rim. They come up with the offensive rebound, though. Good job there by Hadidian to follow the shot, put it up, and there's gonna be 4.5 seconds left, and ball back. So if they go quick, they should, or they could at least, get a decent look on the other end of the court. So let's see here. Said they have to sprint, and they are. And had a little bit more time, probably could have got up a better shot, but it's fine. And good job. When you thought New Zealand were gonna run away with it, Lebanon says, no, game's not over, we're here to win. And they crawled back and have cut a lead to just 8 as New Zealand 58, Lebanon 50 at halftime. Well, statistics, look at that. New Zealand, 80% when shooting from two-point range. They've cooled down a little bit, but still 47% from 3 is getting underway as we are in Wellington, New Zealand for the FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifiers. New Zealand taking on Lebanon. They're up 8. And that three-point shot is off the mark, but nice offensive rebound there by Mansour as he gives his team another opportunity. And that ball is stripped and back to New Zealand now. And nice ball movement and another three-point shot by Smith-Milner. And tough contested three-point shot, though, is good by Mansour. So both these teams, when left open, shooting the ball incredibly well as Fotu, nice little cut down the lane, and no one wanted to get in his way, and an easy 2-point basket for him, who, number 42, Isaac Fotu, has had a great game as well. Well, thought about the three, decided to go for a step back two. Is El Darwish. I kept talking about Amir Saoud, number 5, because he did have an amazing first half. But let's not forget number 9 as well from Lebanon. And now penetration. And another 3-point shot. Not sure what these teams had for breakfast, but clearly whatever they had, they should continue doing it, because they are just shooting the lights out of the ball. 66-55. Was an 8-point game, and El Darwish just slips but saves the ball, and no help side defense coming across leads to an open layup by that man, Hadidian. Nice little pick and roll action. And full court pressure here. Ooh, almost comes up with a steal. They don't. Now you got to find the shooters, but you can't give up easy penetration, and that's what happened. Nagete with an easy take to the basket, getting a little bit of a warning from the referee after, saying don't touch the ball. And defensive foul. It's going to go against Taylor Britt. It's his 3rd foul, so wouldn't be surprised here if Coach Cameron and that's no surprise. You don't want anyone to pick up their 4th foul, especially with just over 7 minutes to play. And nice defense there, as can't do much, has to throw it off his legs for it to go back out of bounds instead of getting a 5-second call. Well, they get it inbounded this time. Baseline penetration, and that's an and one. Nice little scooping layup there. So good aggressive make by Ali Mezer. Possible chance for a 3-point play here. And that shot rolls in. So again, every time you feel like New Zealand go on a little bit of a run, maybe some defensive lapses, and they give some breathing room to Lebanon. But again, not a lot of defense being played in this game, either side. They say defense wins championships, but boy, offense makes the game exciting, that's for sure. Step back, tough shot contested, well off the mark. Defensive rebound here. New Zealand pushing it. And open on the baseline, extra pass. They find a shooter, and he says, why not? And another 3-point shot, as Nagati now has 18 points in this game. So it was all Terengi to start this game, and now, again, just letting people penetrate to the basket, and either they're finishing, or in that case, not finishing, but a little dump off, wide open pass. You're not gonna miss a layup. And nice hands here. We have a 4-on-1, 3-on-1, and nice give and go. And gets it right back, and an easy finish there for Lebanon, as they now are down 9. Well, finally they missed. Looked good, hit the front of the rim. Now you gotta get back. And another and one by El Darwish, who's done a great job of just attacking the defense and finishing for himself. Look at this. Nice little body control, kisses it off the glass, draws the foul, and makes the basket. So we have a timeout. Let's try and listen in.
Ball fakes, move the ball, all right? And we're settling for the three too much, all right? If we can get an inside catch or even up the court catch, we can look, get it to the wing, and we can run something, okay? We don't need to settle for deep threes. I want to move the ball, look inside, see what they do, and then on a missed shot, the last one, our James went on point. Get on point, let's go. Press breaker coming. Press breaker.
Well, coach there says he doesn't want to settle for outside shots. And although I agree with him, but when your team is shooting 11 to 21 from three-point range, over 52%, you can understand why the players want to shoot from three. But that being said, their two-point field goal, they're 15 of 18, so they've actually attempted more threes than twos. They're 15 of 18, so that's 83% from two-point range. And really offensively, if New Zealand wants to, it seems they can do whatever they want and they can score. So just out of the timeout, coach says, don't settle. Well, I guess it's not really a settle if you're wide open. And that one was a wide open shot that rattled in from Richard Roger. Now Lebanon, see what they can get. Well, that's a deep three by Zinun. And again, great finish by Fotu, who he's had a really good game. 9 of 10, 21 points for the big man, 6 rebounds. Foul, ball back to Lebanon. Switching defense here. And that is a good, tough, contested shot, but it doesn't matter as Khalil knocks down his shot, his first three-pointer, his first field goals, actually, of the game. And just picks the pocket is El Darwish, and good job getting back on defense, but not quite enough, as El Darwish has had a great game for Lebanon. And look at that, they have 6 steals. I mentioned it, I thought it's what kept them in the game early, especially in the first quarter, and that's another steal that's gonna lead to an easy layup. So 2 steals and 2 easy fast break baskets for Lebanon, as they are not going away, folks. They have now cut this lead to 4. Strong take is no good. So now maybe another opportunity to cut into this 4-point lead. And that man says, I'll do it with a 3. So Amir Saud, 19 points in the first half. He has come out and he is feeling it. He started on the bench. He thought maybe coach would give him a shot at starting in the second half, but no, he says he wants that spark off the bench. And talk about a spark off the bench, as it's only a 1-point lead, and that 3-point shot is blocked. And now Lebanon with a chance to take the lead, and they do. So Lebanon now up 2 points with 2 minutes and 11 seconds. And yeah, all smiles from the bench, as New Zealand are gonna call a timeout to try and cool the fire that is Lebanon. Let's listen in.
And then when you come to use the screen, 1-2 meter gap. All right, ball fakes, get the ball into Ike, read from there. The double's coming, make sure you're available. Hey, when we turn it over or we miss a shot, we got to get back. Our jams are not good. All right, here we go, here we go.
We're top blocking 5. We're top blocking 5.
Well, Lebanon fans are definitely happy, as their team has taken the lead for the first time since the first quarter, the first few minutes actually in the first quarter. And it's that man right there winking as he knocked down 2 3-pointers in a row. And you heard the Coach Pero Cameron talk about it, like, hey guys, we turn the ball over, we still need to get back and defend. And almost another turnover by New Zealand, but they are able to hold on to it. And why not try and go into the big man, number 42, little high-low pass, and he is gonna be fouled. So good job, nice high-low, there you see it. And yeah, definitely got hit in the face there by number 24, Gyokchen. Was not intentional though. Now New Zealand need to get the ball in, and they do not. Well, they got it in, but out of bounds. So another great defensive effort by Lebanon. And can they push the lead? Like I said, this is the first lead that they have had since the first few possessions of the game, as Lebanon are up 2 with 1 minute and 47 left to play in this third quarter. Well, they get it to the hot hand. He's knocked down a few threes. Oh, miscommunication there as he just throws the ball out of bounds. And he says, where were you going? I had a wide open lane. Don't come and bring yourself and your defender. So, ball back to New Zealand. Can they tie it or take the lead? A light full court pressure here. And switching defense, maybe not the easiest thing to do, especially when you have a man like that one, number 42, Isaac Fotu. And not much they can do when you are switching and you let him catch that ball that deep. Mansauer just says, you know, I'm either going to give up a basket or take a foul, and take a foul. So a smart foul there, as it's not a shooting foul, and they had team fouls to give. So ball out of bounds. And double team comes, and that shot rolls in and out by Taylor Britt. So New Zealand now back up by 1. Amir Saud, hot hand. They have to almost overplay him so he doesn't get a 3-point look. And that's what they did. Nice penetration, but that 3-point shot was well off as El Darwish picks up a foul. The last time these two teams played was back in November of last year, so window 5 of the FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifiers, and it was played in Beirut. Lebanon winning that game 77-65. And floater off the mark, almost passed it to himself. But Harris there for the offensive rebound and putback. And that team back in November did look quite different compared to the team that Lebanon has right now. And like I mentioned, with all these games and all these windows, and not the person to leave open, but that shot was off the front of the rim. But they came up with the offensive rebound, and that 3 is no good. A couple seconds left. Can they get a shot off? They do. And I believe a foul is called, though. A shooting foul. Not sure if they're going to take a look. No, they definitely called a foul. Yeah, they are. I think they're going to see if there was enough time left on the clock when the foul was committed. So let's see this. Oh yeah, there's the foul. Oh, he just touched his shoulder. Not a great defensive play. You know, maybe he would have hit that shot, but you don't foul with less than a second left and give up 3 free throws at the end of a quarter. So the referee's just making sure that time was left on the clock. From my angle and our angle, you can see, yeah, there's 1.1 second left when he releases the ball when he was fouled. So absolutely, it's going to be 3 free throws, I'm sure. Yeah. So 3 free throws are going to be rewarded here to New Zealand.
That's his first foul. To the line, shooting 3.
Trying to see, yeah, so when the foul called, a few seconds were left, so definitely not enough time left for Lebanon to get a shot off, though. both teams here taking advantage. Maybe talking a little bit of strategy. And coaches encouraging each other as well. Well, I believe that was the three that put Lebanon up for a few possessions here late in the third quarter, but New Zealand just with a good job digging down, getting some defensive possessions, some scores of their own. As we see they're up 83-80, and we're just at the end of the third quarter. 3 more free throws will be rewarded to New Zealand. Teirangi is the one who's shooting them, number 1 right there in your screen. They're just trying to figure out the shot clock and actually the game clock situation because there's not a lot of seconds left. Maybe 0.1 or 2, so yeah, how do we put so little time back on the clock? Well, so it's 0.02 back on the clock. So we are good to go as Teirangi there at the free throw line. He was fouled right at the end of the quarter. And he was shooting from 3. Here we'll see it. And you saw the clock wind down, but the foul was called before that. So at the point of the foul, and still a little bit of confusion or difficulty, it seems. Well, the referees, I think, explaining to the coaches as well how much time is left and why that time is left. So all the players have to stay on the court for these 3 free throws, even though Lebanon will not. There's not enough time left on the clock to even have another shot opportunity. As he makes his first, misses his second, but he still has 1 more free throw. And misses the third. And, well, I don't know how, but that shot almost went in. I'm not sure it would have counted, though, as there was not enough time on the clock. So at the end of the third quarter, New Zealand leading Lebanon 84-80. And hot shooting by New Zealand. They are staying hot. Maybe cooled off a little bit from the 2-point range, 77%, but 54% from 3-point range. 40% for Lebanon, not bad at all. And really, those last couple threes by the hot hand, number 5, Amir Saoud, is the reason Lebanon took the lead late in the third quarter. But some nice finishes by New Zealand to finish out that quarter, even though they definitely did struggle the last few minutes of the third quarter defensively. Amir Saoud, 22 points, 8 of 13 shooting, but he is 3 of 6 from three-point range. So he's had a great game so far, number 5. Also number 9 for Lebanon, Sergio El Darwish, 22 points, just attacking the basket, and couple and ones in this game, as he is 5 of 7 from the free throw line as well, to go along with 22 points and 1 assist. On the other end for New Zealand, talked about it, and they even talked about it in a timeout. Coach Cameron said, hey guys, we don't need to settle for outside shots, you know, long threes, but well, when your team is shooting 54% and they're open, why not keep shooting? So they're 13 of 24 and 17 of 22. So actually shooting more threes than twos in this game. And big performance by Ruben Terangi, 20 points. You saw him shooting his free throws right at the end there, as he is 5 of 8 from three-point range. But also number 42, the big man, Isaac Fotu, 21 points, 9 of 11 to go along with 6 rebounds. Well, last quarter action coming up here in Wellington, New Zealand. And it has been a game of offense, folks. Both teams shooting well. Both teams making a lot of baskets as well. 84-80, there's 10 minutes left. Can Lebanon make another little bit of a run and pull up a win on the road? Or is New Zealand gonna keep their hot shooting? Well, they have not cooled off, as that's another three-point shot for New Zealand. So every time you think, maybe they need to start attacking the basket a little bit more, you say, why? When you're shooting the ball so well from the three-point range. And that ball is tipped, so it's gonna stay Lebanon ball. And a little bit of trouble getting the ball in, but the lefty, the hot hand in this game, drives, penetrates, that's off the mark. I think he wanted a foul. He's got to get back on defense, though, even if he's frustrated on the other end, and they don't. But good job there by El Darwish, I believe it was, to strip the ball, because that was going to be an easy two-point basket. Oh, he might have got away with a foul. So ball back, though. It is out of bounds. So ball back to New Zealand, as Harris, good job, nice patience, just sort of backed his way down. And look at this. No help comes. Well, it comes, but it comes a little bit too late. And an easy basket. So that's a 5-0 start to start the quarter for New Zealand. Let's try and listen in.
Let's go!
Well, clearly Coach Jad El Haj not too happy with the way that his team came out to start this quarter. And you felt like Lebanon at the end of the third quarter, maybe it was gonna, you know, start to have the momentum turn in their favor, as they got their first lead late in that third quarter for the first time since the first couple possessions of this game. And I understand his frustration and disappointment, because you felt like the way that they played the last few minutes of the third quarter, it should have been motivation for his team to come out with a little bit more urgency to start this fourth. But that's not what we're seeing, as New Zealand have gone on a 5-0 run in the first minute of this game. So a quick timeout called by Lebanon to try and encourage his players to pick it up. Let's go, why not? Come on, we need to win this game. And let's see how they will respond. Well, you always love, as a coach, when you call a timeout and your players run and do what you ask, as 2 more points for Saud. Unfortunately, they got to get it done on the other end as well. You know, you need a couple stops, consecutive stops in a row. And another 4-point play opportunity by number 5, Amir Saud. He hit one earlier in the game, wasn't able to finish the 4-point play. Can he finish it this time? Let's see. And what a game he is having, folks. I'm not sure he can miss right now. Well, 4-point play opportunity, and that foul is going to go against Terangi. And we've seen some big performances here tonight in New Zealand by both teams. Well, that's it. That's the 4-point play. Said he had an opportunity earlier in this game, but didn't make the free throw, but he doesn't miss that one. And now a turnover and an opportunity to cut into this lead. But they're going to slow it down and run something for that man for sure. But that shot is off the mark. And now New Zealand. Harris brings it down, looking for someone. No one's getting open for him. And not a lot of movement here by the Tall Blacks. And they go inside. It's been a while since Isaac Fotu has touched the ball, because every time he does touch the ball around the basket, he does not miss. As, ooh, another shooting foul. And that's going to put El Darwish to the line. So we've seen Amir Saud shoot from outside and get fouled. And now Darwish, that has to be about his 3rd and 1 opportunity he has been given tonight. And as a coach, that has to be frustrating. You're fouling a player, make sure you foul them hard enough that they can't have and 1 opportunities. So another and 1 opportunity here for Lebanon. And nothing but net for number 9, El Darwish, as he is now 6 of 8 from the free throw line, 25 points in this game. And look at this, another steal, great job. They're down 4, 93-89. Clearly his team has come out, El Haj, Coach Mr. El Haj has come out with a little bit more motivation after that early timeout he had to call. And double team, almost a turnover. They save it, not a lot of time left on the clock, but it's a 2-point basket from the corner. So it's now a 2-point game with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the 4th quarter, as Lebanon a little bit overly aggressive defensively, and they pick up a foul far away from the basket. Well, if you were just tuning in, or if you have been watching all game long, this has been a very, very exciting game. Very offensive-oriented game, that's for sure, as you see there, 93-91. I would say New Zealand has been leading for about at least 33 minutes. Okay, maybe I exaggerated a little bit. We still have 6 minutes and 40 seconds left. But I would say that New Zealand has been leading for about 31 minutes of this game. Lebanon took a little bit of a lead there late in the third quarter and ended up finishing the third quarter down 4. New Zealand came out 5-0 run to start the fourth quarter. Coach El Haj there, you see drawing up a little play for his players, calls a timeout with just a minute played in the fourth quarter. Not too happy with his team, and his team since then has come out with motivation as they have now cut this lead to just 2 points with that last basket. Not sure if they're seeing if you just saw on your screen, they said it's an official review. They might be checking to see if this is a 2 or a 3. Let's see here. Ooh, that's tough. Not quite sure. Hard to see from our angle. Maybe the referees have a different angle. I believe substitution, so I think they're saying no, it's gonna stay as a 2. Yeah, I talked about New Zealand leading most of this game, and they have been leading for 31 minutes of the game. Nice spin move, baseline, but no, it's gonna be an offensive hooking call going against the big man, number 42. So ball back to Lebanon with an opportunity to tie it or take the lead. Let's take a look here. Yeah, maybe with that little offhand, they're saying, no, you hooked him. So Lebanon, can they do it? Can they take the lead again? They've only led for a minute and 22 seconds in this game. Penetration, kick. That shot's off the mark. Nice defensive rebound, so New Zealand in control. Just under 6 minutes left to play here. And no one picked up Taylor Britt as he easily gets all the way to the basket, and that's 2 more points for him as he has 7 on the night. Well, fakes the handoff and gives it back out. That's a deep 3-point shot off the mark by Gyokchun, I believe it was. Number 24 shot the 3. And now Harris just cutting to the basket, not able to finish, but he's gonna earn himself a trip to the free throw line. Well, New Zealand led by 15 points in this game at one point, and you could say that they have comfortably led most of the game except for the last couple minutes of the third quarter, and then coming out hot in the fourth quarter, but Lebanon just storming back, and they were down 2 about a minute ago. They're now down 4 after that layup by that man, Taylor Britt. New Zealand, when they don't turn the ball over, they usually score as they're shooting. Their shooting percentage has gone down slightly, but not a lot. They 56% from 3, 78% from 2-point range. They have been missing a bunch of free throws, though, as Harris makes that one. So now they're 13 of 18. And 97 points with still 5 minutes left to play. But so I talked about how well they are shooting, but they've also turned the ball over 12 times. And it's not just turnovers. Those turnovers have been steals by Lebanon that have led to easy baskets for them. Little diamond action. They give it back to that man who has been absolutely great. Mansauer's shot is off the mark, and a rebounding foul. Yeah, so 9 steals by Lebanon. And Lebanon shooting the ball decently well is also not as great from three-point range. They're 9 of 25. They're starting to put up a lot of threes late in this game. They are shooting just over 68% from two-point range, though, as they have 91 points, excuse me. And it looks like they stopped the play because, is that Smith Milner who's down? So I think the referee actually called his whistle to make sure that Smith Milner is okay. So, yeah, ball back. Oh, it might have been a foul, sorry, on the ground. And then they're just checking on Smith Milner, though. Well, look at that, turnover. Steal by Lebanon. They're down 6, 2-possession game. Penetration, tough penetration. I mean, Amir Saoud, that man right there, number 5, he has played so well and shot the ball so well that they are over-pressuring him completely. Look at this, they're trapping him, and that trap leads to a turnover. So this man is really, he's playing 1-on-2 right now, as all they care about is his defense, and he's gonna have to penetrate because of the way that they're playing, and his teammates are gonna have to knock down some shots, because I'm not sure he will have the light of day to shoot another open shot. New Zealand now almost turned the ball over, but it's gonna stay New Zealand ball. Actually, I understand the frustration there. I do not think Lebanon touched the ball, so it should be in their hands. That definitely went off of New Zealand, and they are going to review it, though, so because it is a coach challenge, and I think that's a good challenge. We'll be able to take a look in a little bit slower motion, I'm sure, ourselves. So good challenge there by Coach El Haj. Let's see, look at this. Well, not that angle, we need the other angle from behind. Yeah, definitely went off New Zealand. So ball should go back to Lebanon, and I think that was a good coaching challenge. Yep, so good job there. And ball back to Lebanon. They're still trailing by 6. So you're given one coaching challenge a game. And coach from Lebanon just used his. And no foul called. And that is off the mark. And need to get back and defend. And we've seen number 5. He has played a great game by Lebanon. A couple times when he gets frustrated or thinks he, ooh. Nice little footwork there by Harris. I almost thought it was a turnover, but nope, referee said it was good. And an unsportsmanlike foul has been called as this game is getting a little chippy. Well, not sure if it's going to go against Harris. at this. I think it might have been a travel, though. Either way, nice finish by Harris. And, oh no. So maybe a little bit of frustration there by Sergio El Darwish as he pushes Harris, and he is called for the unsportsmanlike foul. So New Zealand and Harris at the line will have 2 free throws and get the ball back. So disappointing when you're down 2 possessions and a foul like that where you give New Zealand an opportunity to, well, they go 2 points, so they could possibly score 4 or 5 points just from that unsportsmanlike foul. So New Zealand now up 10. They have been in control a lot. Ooh. And a little bit of frustration. So a foul was called, and I think number 5, Amir Saud, wanted a travel call, and he started complaining to the referee a little bit and picked up a technical. So you just had an unsportsmanlike by Lebanon. Let's see if he has any reason to say travel. Well, yeah, I can understand why he thought a travel should be called. Anyway, a foul was called, and then a technical foul after that. So, and this is the first possession out of that unsportsmanlike foul. So maybe Lebanon here letting their emotions get away from their basketball, as the last few possessions have not gone well, and a little bit too much heat from these Lebanon players. Well, let's try and listen in to the timeout.
3 minutes كتير وربحنا بطولة ب3 دقايق. ها ربحنا بطولة ب3 دقايق. We're gonna put zone and trap everywhere. Mansour, Sergio, Amir, Jean-Marc high. Any pass, trap, deny, here. We trap 45, we deny. If he's gonna go high, you match up high. Only one pass they can go. Nothing to lose. Early hit. Keep fighting, guys. Early hit. 1 to 5. Early hit.
This is 3 defense.
Defense. 1, 2, 3.
3 stops.
Well, a little bit of frustration there from Coach Jad El Haj, as I think he's just disappointed with the last few possessions, moments, and just emotions, frustrations maybe coming out of the Lebanon players, as they thought some calls went against them. So those 2 free throws were because of the foul, and now we're gonna have, no, sorry. Yeah, that was the technical, and now we're gonna have the shooting foul because a foul was called, and Lebanon are in the sorry, New Zealand are in the bonus. So these are those free throws we're seeing now. So New Zealand last 10 seconds actually gone to the free throw line 6 times because of an unsportsmanlike and then a technical, and they are also in bonus. Well, 3 minutes left. Can Lebanon make another run? We've seen them do it all game long. With fancy ball handling, no foul called, as Mansour misses his layup. And now they need to get back and defend. It's 5 on 4. Not sure how they didn't see that man in the corner as he was jumping with his hands up in the air that entire possession. They finally got it to him. Unfortunately, he missed the layup, though. And El Darwish now, nowhere to go, kicks it out, gets it back. And nice little step back, but his pull-up jump shot is off the mark. And maybe starting to see a little bit of fatigue kick in for Lebanon, who they've had to play extra hard at different points of this game to try and get back into it. And they did get back into it. They took their first lead since the beginning moments of the game back at the end of the third quarter. And they made a nice little run around the 9-minute mark of this fourth quarter. But since, I would say, halfway through this fourth quarter, it has been all New Zealand. Now 2-3 zone. Not sure moving forward if I was scouting. Oh, nice little pass. If I was scouting New Zealand heading into this year's FIBA Basketball World Cup, I would say, you know what, I think zone might work against them, just because they have proved that they can shoot the lights out with their three-point shooting tonight. Well, no foul called as Mansauer misses that layup, and you see a little bit of frustration. Oh, nice hands, though. And fancy ball movement. That shot well off the mark. And now a foul is called. And yeah, you can see some of the Lebanon players just a little bit frustrated. Maybe they were fouled on the last couple possessions, driving to the basket. But the referees, it usually always averages out at some point. Well, that shot didn't count, folks, as the referees. The referee tried to get the ball back. And we're good to go now, though. Well, that's a turnover. And ball back to New Zealand. So with about 1 minute and 10 seconds left and a comfortable lead over Lebanon, you would think that New Zealand are going to pull off the win, as they're using as much of the clock as they can. And that three-point shot is off the mark, but offensive rebound back to New Zealand. Nice little spin move. And no, I think it's going to be called an offensive foul. We saw a hooking foul called earlier against number 42, Isaac Fotu, when he spun baseline. Let's see here. Oh, okay, so he's saying a little bit of a push-off. Maybe a little bit of a veteran defensive move there. Not sure pushed him that hard, but the referee saw it, and three-point shot off the back of the iron. So Lebanon really going cold here at the end of this fourth quarter. And the score is not indicative of how exciting of a game it was, as New Zealand felt like they were in control most of the game, but really Lebanon made a few great comebacks and made it interesting, but just down the stretch maybe ran out a little bit of steam. Mansauer hesitated. And ball back to New Zealand. As they almost turn it over. And New Zealand are just going to let the clock wind out. No need to score. Both these teams are going to the FIBA Basketball World Cup, which starts August 25th. And that is it, folks. It was an exciting game for sure. New Zealand winning 106-91 over Lebanon. Well, I'm sure the Lebanon players can say some calls did not go their way at the end of the game. I also think their frustration and emotions got the better of them. during a little bit of a stretch, and that's why we saw New Zealand jump out to the lead that they have now. But a great game and some huge performances by a few players on both teams. And really, it was the hot shooting by New Zealand. And there we'll take a look at the statistics. 74% on the game from two-point range, 54 from three, compared to 59 and 35 for Lebanon. New Zealand out-rebounding Lebanon by 12 as well, 35-23. And look at that, assists, 26 assists. Well, big night for Isaac Fotu, 23 points. Let's not forget Tay Rangi. He had a huge first half. He finishes with 21. And for Lebanon, great performances as well. Number 5, Saud, 28 points, 10 of 18. Every time his team needed a bucket, he came up big for them. But let's not also forget Sergio El Darwish, 25 points, 9 of 16. And he also had 4 steals. So big game and big performances. And I mentioned it all game long. Both these teams have qualified for the FIBA Basketball World Cup later this summer. And I'm sure those performances by some of these players here tonight will leave a lasting impression for Coach when he is picking his 12-man roster for that World Cup. So some highlights from the second half for you. It really felt like every time that man right there, number 42, Isaac Fotu, touched the ball anywhere inside the key, he scored. And he did shoot 10 of 12. So 23 points, 7 rebounds for that man. He was unstoppable. I mentioned it. It was definitely more of an offensive game. And I think leading up to the World Cup, defense might be on the mind of both these coaches as they prepare for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, that is it here in Wellington, New Zealand, as we knew before the game they were both going to the World Cup, but you could definitely, you had a sensation that even though both these teams had qualified, they wanted to get the win tonight. And New Zealand, though, just a little bit better than Lebanon. 106-91. And it will be interesting to see who will be on the roster. This is the end of the Window 6 Asian qualifiers for both of these teams. And we do know who has qualified already for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. There is one spot left in Europe. So New Zealand at the top of Group E with an 8-2 record. Lebanon 7-3. Philippines are also going to be in the World Cup. And there you see it. So Europe, 11 of 12 teams still left. So big games today, heavy over in Europe. The rest of the World Cup has been decided. Well, that is it from me here in Wellington, New Zealand. Thanks for tuning in and watching. And basketball fans, a lot more basketball left to be played today. So stay tuned. Good night.